Governor, as I was reviewing your record, what amazes me was it's there's it's real policy, but it was somewhat theatrical, right? So it was sort of like for the masses. You went down, you did this. I think about Trump at McDonald's or driving a garbage truck or what have you, and you did a lot of that, and again, empowerment zones, welfare reform, death penalty, criminal reform, that sort of thing. You were really pushing a conservative agenda on just one right after the other. And I look at things like your TANF. You increase the two-parent family here in Virginia with TANF reform by 180%. That's incredible. I mean, to have two parents in a home. Yeah.
Matt, on welfare reform, we ended up being the very first state to have a statewide welfare reform. Michigan, with John Engler and Tommy Thompson, Wisconsin had done it just in a few localities. I had a great Secretary of Health and Human Resources in Kay Coles James, who grew up on welfare. And so we made this statewide. And the way we measured welfare reform success is not how many people are getting welfare, is how many people are starting to lead independent, self-reliant lives and with whole families. And we also, part of that is that so many of these families, the father's not in the household. And if that father is not going to be there, he's going to have to be financially responsible. And so we went after these deadbeat dads. Why make the taxpayers pay for the children that they fathered when they should? And so we went after garnishing their wages, took away their hunting licenses, driving license, driver's license, and so forth. And we also required that women, mothers who came out to welfare, would have to identify who the father of the child was. Otherwise, they would get zero. And there were lawsuits against us. We won. And Virginia probably still has the highest paternity identification rate in the country at 99%. And I remember talking to the local social services fellow in Culpeper, and he says, and I was asking, how's it going? Because they were one of the very first regions we phased it in through different regions of the state. And he says, it's so amazing how many recollections were refreshed of what the guy's, not only his name, here's the kind of car he drives, here's his address, and so forth, and tracked him down. And so that, to me, life is a quest for independence. You don't want to be dependent on anyone else. You want to control your own destiny, just like a state wants to control its own destiny and have that individual sovereignty. And it's good for kids to see their mother grow up working, and it ended up helping out the workforce in a variety of ways. So I think it was very positive, and it's part of the reason why it is still a record. We had 312,000 net new jobs created during my 4 years as governor. And some of those added jobs were going to people who were previously on welfare.